Hi everybody, my name is Natalie Villafranca and today I'm going to be talking about silica column purification. So what is column purification? It's commonly called chromatography, which is similar to thin layer chromatography. So it's a really effective way to separate and purify an impure compound. And I'll get into that next. So the way you do column chromatography is you plug a Pasteur pipette with a cotton or glass wool. So like you start with that and then you use something to tamp it down to the bottom of it, but you have to make sure to not tamp it down too tightly or use too much cotton. So this cotton will serve to present the stationary phase, which is the top, from being washed out of the column. After this, add some sand to your column, which will allow you to build a silica column on a level surface. Add a layer of eluent, which is the mobile phase, which will be your sample, which is usually impure. This will protect the sand layer from being messed with when you add your next layer. So next, you're going to create a silica slurry in the initial eluent by adding dry silica into a beaker of the eluent. You will pour this into the column, creating the stationary phase. After this, allow your eluent to drip into a clean flask. So the eluent you're going to get first, as shown in this picture, is going to be the one on the bottom, which will be the nonpolar one, which I will talk about a little bit later. So once you're done getting that yellow one, you're going to get another beaker, and then you're going to get your blue one, and you're going to have both of them. So that's how you separate the two compounds. So you'll want to help the silica settle uniformly by tapping on the side of it. Silica needs to settle as the eluent drips into the flask. Next, you'll drain the eluent until no solvent remains above the surface of the sand. Add your sample to the column and then drain it out until no sample remains above the surface of the sand. You can use your eluent to rinse your container. Repeat this rinse 2 or 3 times to make sure you entirely transfer your entire sample onto the silica gel. Once you're done rinsing your sample onto the silica, you can add your eluent to the top of the column. You'll have to keep adding eluent to your silica so that it doesn't dry out. What you're going to find is that your polar solvents will stay at the top while the nonpolar will go down, which is similar to thin layer chromatography. So why silica or alumina? Alumina. So again, similar to thin layer chromatography, you're using polar solvents, and like dissolve. So silica and alumina are both really polar, and so they'll dissolve other polar, or they'll like keep the other polar substances up, which is the one that you're going to want to get. So you'll recall that the structure of silica allows for polar molecules to bind to it pretty easily, which is why your polar molecules will come out last while the nonpolar molecules will come out first. This is a little bit different than thin layer just because like thin layer isn't necessarily separating as much. So this is pretty interesting. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.